This asshole is just fucking talking to his bitch outside. I want to be like, yo, bro, have some fucking courtesy, bro. Be like, yo, I'm sorry. My dog that I don't even fucking take care of went outside and fucking, God forbid, could have did something to one of our neighbors and shit. No, this ass clown is over here talking about how he's coming out of the closet to his bitch or whatever the fuck. And I'm over here like, yo, dog, I will literally fucking fillet a fish over here with the fucking, I'm not even gonna go any further. What I'm trying to say is, bro, be a good neighbor. What the fuck is... the conversation ain't over there, bro. Literally, my anxiety, my whole shit was to the power of the 10th. Because I was like, yo, beat this motherfucker up. Just smack him. You know what I mean? But like, it took everything and be like, yo, just keep walking. Just keep walking. This asshole doesn't even deserve no energy right now. Because I was literally about to be on DEFCON 6.
Mad Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now. While the angels fly over my headstone.
We are back with another episode of Fixing the Fucking Microphone where it should be, because we don't have post-production, pre-production, or any of that shit. Yeah, man, it's your boy Big Cerbavelli back in the place to be, La Merca Superior, Palace 81 Studios. Live in effect, live and direct. It's your boy, Mr. Nine Times. Yeah, man, yeah. First things first, we have to get out of the way. Rest in peace to the legendary DJ Clark Kent, God's favorite fucking DJ. He has like a whole bunch of like things that rhyme with his DJ name, but first and foremost, the artist that I feel like could break down hip hop historically and all this other shit, that just real intricate. He could tell you the stories of Biggie, Jay-Z, Dame Dash, the beginning of the Rockefellers, and all this other cool historical. Like, I just love history, you know, and Clark Kent was there for like the inception of hip hop, and not to mention he's like a really gifted producer, DJ, sneakerhead extraordinaire. His words are famous for, there's no such thing as a sneakerhead culture. How can there be like a culture centered around fucking sneakers? Which I think is really interesting, and we'll get to that in a second. But rest in peace to DJ Clark Kent. I'm not very familiar with his work. I know he produced Sky's the Limit, right? And when I do these, I don't research beforehand. I just go straight off the top of my head. Like, you know, from what I know, from what I understand, he's a very beloved figure in hip hop. And what more is there to say, bro? He was dealing with cancer. He was battling cancer. He passed away. So I think it's just dope, the fact that we can celebrate him and his accomplishments. And now he's ascended. So I feel there's artists out there that, very few of them, thank God, that their lives were cut short during either their prime, or you felt like they weren't here. They didn't do everything they needed to do type shit. And I feel like we can exclude Easy, Biggie, Pac out of that conversation, because I felt like, yeah, maybe they could have done a lot more for sure for the culture. But being that we got what we got from out of them, I feel like God just gives you the, okay, you were here, you did what you needed to do, and now like follow me home type shit. Shout out to Cameron. Clark Kent, seen him on Drink Champs a few times. He's got really good interviews with Nori, and he just seems like a really cool dude and could break. He's like the Jim Cornette of rap, which I think is dope. If you don't know who Jim Cornette is, he's like a wrestling historian, and he's like a full-fledged like legend in wrestling. And I feel like that's what Clark Kent was, whatever, however tense you want to name it. The best that there is, the best that ever was, the best there ever will be. Clark Kent pretty much, I feel like, exemplified a lot of qualities in what I feel like hip hop needs to have in a person, like someone who knows their history, their culture, their fucking just everything about it. Like Clark Kent off the top was just like, yo, the whole reason why Biggie stopped writing his rhymes was because of Jay-Z. Jay-Z wouldn't write his rhymes. And I think that's dope. And I'm super into sneakers because of people like Clark Kent, where I see him go sneaker shopping, or like a Mayor, Terror Squad. They go and they cop like 12 pairs of the same Air Forces or some shit like that. And I'm like, holy fuck. Just today, shout out to Clark Kent. We gonna do it like this. Nike Tech Harris, 514 jeans, Imperial Gray Robber, beige tee. And then shout out to the LA Dodgers for winning the World Series. We'll cover that in a little bit. This is the fuck it finals, fitted. Yeah, man, I've always been into fashion, and I don't know if I've broken this down with the whole sneaker thing. We'll get into that real quick, but just last time, rest in peace to DJ Clark Kent. He got me into sneakers, and he's just an awesome individual. So peace, prayers, and condolences to the families and friends of Clark Kent. May you rest in peace, reside in paradise, and you've done nothing but amazing, amazing work for the culture, and for that, thank you. So with sneakers, I was never really big into them, right? I hope I didn't cover this, but let's just say I didn't. As a kid, I never really got into sneakers because, like, my dad would tell me when what he was told, no hay dinero, there's no money, But my dad had it even worse. Me, like, I pretty much got what I wanted for the most part that I knew my parents could afford me. You know what I mean? 1 or 2 video games a year, 1 pair of shoes a year, new clothes once a year. And that's more than what I know a lot of other of my family and friends to have. I'll never forget, like, my cousin Annette and Jose. They would be like, damn, you actually got shit for Christmas? All we got were socks and shit like that. Whether that was true or not, I don't know. But it really did seem like they will put that in my face, like, you have more than we do, and kind of like a jealousy type thing. But I like, what could you say as a 9-year-old, and they're like almost 20 or whatever? I think Jose is like something like 11 years older than me. I think my cousin Alberto is older than Jose by like a year. But I think, yeah, so like let's say Jose is 10 years older than me, which I think he is. If I was 9, he was 19. And that was predominantly a lot of the, like, when I would go be taken care of by them in Almonte, that was the kind of like the whole thing with them. They were a lot older, and they will kind of fuck with me and say little stupid shit that I'll never forget. I can remember growing up in Almonte, like, counting how many stucco spots were like in the fucking ceiling, or just being bored, and like they would hog the TVs, right? And so fucking I would just be in the sala or something, playing either my Game Boy or fucking scratching out. Like, my tia would like doing the lottery shit, like the scratch tickets, and I would just scratch off the excess things, or look at the deals or whatever in the the newspapers for like the market or whatever, and it was kind of bugged out, you know. So with sneakers, I never got into them because it was like I only got one, and the only pairs of sneakers I got were the ones that, one, my parents could afford, and number two, I saw everybody have. So that being the Vans, the classic ones. I don't know if they're called the 50/50s. I want to say they're called 50/50s, but you know, the classic skater Vans that all the homies wore. And I thought I was fly. I was never, all the kids that wore like the Huarache, and they're called Huaraches, but it's a Spanish fucking word. But the Huaraches, I saw the Air Maxes, Jordan 1s, and I'm only going to be promoting sneaker brands because I fuck with sneakers and I need an advertisement. So if any one of you brands that I'm shouting out and shit ever want to give a check to the God's Hour, I'll most gladly be sponsored because I love these sneakers. Like Jordan 1s, I feel like they're a little flat. They're, I don't know. I don't want to say flimsy, but just like they're just real flat. So I'll see a lot of people with either like Jordans, Air Maxes, like I'm thinking of the higher end shits, and that's pretty much it. But most people rock like either Vans or Converse growing up, and I never really understood the whole thing of getting fly. My whole thing was of getting fly was Pro Club or Shaka, jeans, and Vans. You know, I didn't really get into like fly sneakers until I was like 19 years old, or maybe no. Like let's just say I must have been like 16 or 17, and I got some AV Vans, limited edition, navy and blue. And those were already like at the time, I think they were $90, which is like, holy fuck. Like my parents spent $90 on some shoes for me. That's fucking crazy. Like that was astronomical. You know, it was always like 50 pair. And even that was like, those are $50 shoes. Okay. Chill out. You got what you needed and more from that. So to get the AV Vans, those were hard as fuck. I don't wear Vans anymore because I feel like that's just a phase that I skip, like my fucking either Odd Future phase or like my life is in phases. So once I pass that phase, very seldom do I come back to it. So with the Vans, I got those, and my mom was looking at some pretty fly. They were red. Like the 50/50s or whatever, the low tops, they were red with like either silver or gold, what's them shits called, lace rings, black laces, and on the insides they were cheetah print, fly as fuck. Oh, and a leather tongue, and then the leather in the back, fly as fuck. You know what I mean? When I seen them shits, I was like, "You're gonna buy me another pair?" She was like, "Yeah, if you like, I like them. And if you want, I'll get them for you." And that was like, holy shit. My mom is buying me 2 pairs of shoes. My mom never even wanted to give me money for lunch. As a middle schooler, my mom was like, "No, I'm not going to give you money. You're fucking going to buy it on weed and shit like that." And I didn't even know how to get weed at that point. I didn't start knowing how to get weed until like I was like in high school. But with sneakers, with that time with the Vans, I thought I was fresh. So then like after that, I got some the Hawaiian Chukkalos. I think they're like Hawaiian floral Chukkalos. Those were hard. And then after that, so after that, maybe I got some New Balance, the 997H, hard as fuck. They were I still have them. The gray suede, navy, white accents with like a red, like a little bit of red on the back. Still have them. They're dusted though. Like I need to throw them away. I just threw like 2 pairs of shoes away that were like fucking dog shit just to like walk around in. Like it's super weird how like deep you could go with the sneaker shits. So I'm over here like I need sneakers to just be in the house in, to go out in, to walk, and then like your casuals. So I really like rocking Air Monarchs for like every day, just the everyday pair. And then I have like New Balance was a phase, so I would get like, I think I had like the 574s, those were hard. And then what I get after that? I got my pops got me some limited edition Pumas for my birthday. I'll probably bring all the sneakers I'm talking about out at some point, but the flyness was very, very, it came late for me just because of like the money. And now that I'm balling way more than fucking I've ever been in my life, is just like, it's amazing to me how I could just spend $120 on shoes, you know, and it not mean like I don't have kids, I don't have a girl, you know, I got game like a motherfucker. But it's just like, you know, it's dope that I could do these things because I have a great job, and I thank God. And the fucking mic stand again. Holy shit. Like I gotta put this thing more up because this thing will fucking, fuck man, really? Come on, man. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put this back, sauce, and then put this forward. So just with the whole fashion, and it didn't even have to relate to just sneakers. I mean, just from like jeans, like everything I only got like one pairs of, and back to school was always like a thing, you know, fucking I'm gonna get a new outfit or I'm gonna get some new fits. So everything I want, I better ask for now because I'm not gonna get anything later. And that was the whole philosophy. That was kind of like what I was dealing with. And as a kid, like I say this before, like I was too worried about being like a fucking cholo or something. So I would be rocking like Streetwise. That's why in the line I say Streetwise never rock Mighty Healthy. That's not a diss to like Ghostface Killer. That's like the Mighty Healthy brand. Like all the hipster brands like Diamond and all the cool shits. Like Obey was already over by the time I was in school, like middle school. But you know, homies that like Obey, like the Obey wave was like at the end of its years. Like the last year Obey was cool. I fucking, you know, I was rocking, you know, I think I had one Obey shirt. Or not even, or some shit, but you know, Streetwise, Pro Clubs. Let me see where we at. I should have did this before. That's fine. All right, we're really good. We're really good on time, so fuck it. Yeah, just my whole style was weird. Like I was like a cholo, dressed like a cholo gangster type, you know, like cargos, long black socks, Vans. And then like maybe every Friday, it was so weird. It was always Fridays for me, but Fridays I would love to wear like my Pittsburgh Pirates hat because my last name starts with a P. I would love wearing my Pittsburgh Pirates hat on Fridays when the bell rang and just fucking had my hat, you know, just so I think from my mom, because my mom is like a fucking fashionista. My mom would pull out fucking heels, sandals. She need to get her sneaker game together, but just everything else like heels, sandals, that's mostly what she rocks. Dresses, jeans, shirts, like all kinds of shit. My mom has like literally 2 closets full of shit, and I always get mad at my mom like, yo, you need to get this shit the fuck up out of here. But I'm literally turning into my fucking mom. And I told my dad that. He was like, no, you ain't turning into mom, you are mom and shit. And I was like, what the fuck, what do you mean? But I'm fly as fuck, so like I don't care, you know. Just today I was doing Pomona Loud, and I was seeing how much money I had in my wallet and shit, and I was like, fuck, I had like $300 in my wallet from where? I was like, what the fuck? So I just like, I'm halfway with it. I like spending my money, but then I like, saving my money too. So I have my guardito, I have my savings account, then I have the money in my wallet, and then everything else I spend. I like give myself room to spend, which is still a lot. Like I should put more. I should be putting more money away, but like I'm young, and I'm investing in the clothes and everything. So it's just like getting fly to me means more than just, oh, I want people to look at my outfit. Getting fly to me is just like, I'm gonna make a t-shirt to match the jeans, to match the sneakers, and I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I'm turning into like a stylist or something, and I don't mean to stun on nobody, but just like now I'm looking at people and I'm like, this full shit is trash. Like, why is he wearing that? Why is he rocking that with those shoes? Please don't ever do that again. Poor people, my bad. Poor choices on the behalf of these people out here that just fucking getting their feet all their fit and their feet all fucked up over here, bro. Like, I had the Adidas Osmillans the Ozzies, Adidas, and then I'm a super impulse buy. I go to the Nike store, I fucking try these on, boom, okay, in the box. Found some Dunks. I've never bought Dunks. What's the hype about Dunks? Found ones that are super fire that I like. Copped them shits too. I was like, okay, this is all I need. And had the fucking, they had Air Forces. I would have bought Air Forces too. But, like my dad told me, like, you have fucking a lot of shoes already, bro. Like, what are you doing? And, my pops is right. But I was like, you don't understand the game. But also, too, I really don't have space anymore for, like, anything anymore. Like, no plushies, no fucking shoes, like, none of that. Like, I don't even know where I'm going to keep my shoes now. Like, I'm going to have to start putting them in the sala and shit. Like, I forgot Slick was telling me one of his homies, like, they had, it might have been George. Shout out to George Burns, but I think they said he has a living room, just stacks and stacks of sneakers, and that's fucking crazy. But I don't think he's my size. But shout out to Slick. I bought 2 pairs of sneakers from him. I bought some 4s and some 1s, the Thunder 4s, and then just like some gray, red, and black 1s, and fucking what was I gonna say? That kind of like what kickstarted it. So like now I'm like half a sneakerhead now. I'm watching all the Soul Collector shits and sneaker shopping on Complex, and it's a fucking rabbit hole. I've spent half of this episode talking about sneakers, so I'm just gonna kind of close it out with, like, I'm just getting money and getting fly now, which is so fucking weird. Like, I never thought I'd be like, I always thought like I was flying my own way, but I just never know that I could take my flyness to this level. There's levels of flyness, you know what I mean? One's in your mind, and it's always your mind first. And then it's, just seeing like, that ain't it right there. These is it right here, So whatever. I'm flyer than a fucking pelican, bro. That's all I'm trying to say. Meech is free and he's in a halfway house. Him and Max B are like the 2 biggest figures, I feel like, from like the early 2000s that really do solidify like stature in the culture that is unfuckwittable. Obviously, we all know Big Meech. But Max B is one of those, especially like in music, he's like a super, super godfather. Like when they try to give the godfather title out to people, it's like they don't need that. Max B definitely is the godfather of like, when people say, that shit's wavy, or that this is the wave, that came from Max. And people should respect that shit. People should really respect his flyness and how he came out. No one was doing it like Max B. I was arguing that he took a page out of the G Unit book, because if you look, like, G Unit was like 50 Cent was doing the singy songy, talking about street records. No one was doing that before 50, not to his level at least. And then Max just flipped it into some whole other dope musical landscapes that people just don't even know. Like, there's people like, I feel like Max B is esoteric, especially on the West Coast, especially over here. You bump some Max B, people don't know. I bump fucking Wu-Tang and people don't know. I bump shit that is like super common knowledge, you know, and a lot of people are like, yeah, you fucking bump shit that we never even heard of. Like, yeah, bitch, Griselda is super old to me. Like, if you're just getting put on a Griselda, it's like, where the fuck have you been? Seriously. Because they've been around 4 years. And I got into them before the first big Griselda wave of fans through the Shady deal. Started listening to them in 2015. So it's just crazy how shit just revolves when people like are just not in the dark. And I think it's so dope that I could be tapped in. I'm tapped into like the game of music, at least. Fashion. I feel like I'm ahead of the curve with the fashion shit. I don't mean to toot my own horn and go back to all that shit, but that's just me. I have a few things. I don't know if I'm gonna go through all this because I'm not even... Okay, well, fuck it. RVD is having something called Only Wrestlers. Like, they're gonna do like matches with just wrestlers wrestling. How long is it gonna be called Only Wrestlers before like they start doing pornos? And now we're gonna see like Edge fucking Lita, like how it should have been in 06 or something like that. That was a wild statement. But you know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, I think it's interesting. I'm all about ownership. And if RVD wants to make his own, like, promotion or his own outlet for wrestling, I think it's really dope. But calling it Only Wrestlers is a little I'd rather just pay for like a you know one of these subscriptions. You know, you pay for a monthly subscription and then you get content, and I think that it's wavy like that. I think that's how it should be done. You pay a fee and then you watch like an exclusive. RVD is hosting, you know, wrestlers that'll never wrestle ever besides there. Something like that. They're not, it's like a one match contract. It's not like these big contracts where they have to fulfill and stay away from certain things, you know, because of political ties or whatever. Something like that. Shitty dog owners. I was walking Presley and I'm like fucking walking down the street in my 6'4". No. I'm walking down the street with Presley. I see this couple talking or whatever, but it looks like a lover's quarrel. Like, it looks like they're fucking mad at each other, whatever. I see a big ass black dog start, you know, like fucking galloping towards us and shit. Not aggressively, but just like, hey, like, what's up? Like, hey, we fucking was chilling with y'all. And I was like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. Not because I'm scared of the dog, but I'm scared of my dog's reaction and how that dog is going to respond. Whenever a big dog gets in Presley's face, oh, he flips the fuck out. And right away, the dog is like running over like, hey, man, how's it going, Presley? Oh, shit. Oh, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck? Why are you here? Like, fucking. And the dog is like, yo, fucking chill, man. What the fuck? And I'm like, yo, Presley, like, chill, bro. Like, chill the fuck out. Chill. And then the dog, I think he started barking back. And I was like, then the owner, he's calling the dog and shit. And the dog goes into his house. This asshole is just fucking talking to his bitch outside. I want to be like, yo, bro, have some fucking courtesy, bro. Be like, yo, I'm sorry. My dog that I don't even fucking take care of went outside and fucking, God forbid, could have did something to one of our neighbors and shit. No, this ass clown is over here talking about how he's coming out of the closet to his bitch or whatever the fuck. And I'm over here like, yo, dog, I will literally fucking fillet a fish over here with the fucking... I'm not even going to go any further. What I'm trying to say is, bro, be a good neighbor. What the fuck is... the conversation ain't over there, bro. Literally, my anxiety, my whole shit was to the power of the 10th. Because I was like, yo, beat this motherfucker up. Just just smack him. You know what I mean? But like, it took everything and be like, just keep walking. Just keep walking. This asshole doesn't even deserve no energy right now. Cause I was literally about to be on DEFCON 6. I was like, fuck this fool and all of his shit. I was gonna throw everything away over a fucking asshole who just let the dogs out. Who let the dogs out? This fucking Levi. Let's see. Yo, free fucking Lil Durk, man. He's facing murder for hire charges over the King Von retaliation. I think it's super sad. I think these fucking snitches out here are crazy, man. This is why I'm telling people like NC and all that. I was just having a conversation with him about this, but I was like, why do rappers feel like they need to live their raps? This is music entertainment. You don't have to get in a beef with people and fucking go on record and be like, yeah, we done smoked your homie. Yeah, you fucking Levi's don't know me and fucking keep the chromie and all this shit. Like, why? Why are you doing that? Why do you feel like making rap music about real street shit is not going to get you in trouble, bro? Like, everyone knows you affiliated with this gang or whatever the fuck, and then you go on your records and you talk about, yeah, this is big, that, and you fucking flashing your shit. You got guns. I mean, yeah, but these is legal straps. But you got who knows who guns in your videos connected to what street shit, and then all of a sudden we gotta free you. It's like, for what, bro? Like, you did this to yourself. I mean, I could imagine if it was like somebody else that they didn't deserve the shit that they were going through. Yeah, free him, free the homie. Like, I feel like that's where it came from. Free the homie. He's locked up. He really didn't do the crime. But why do we know when fools do real dirt in street shit like that? Why we gotta free them? Like, you knew what you signed up for. I mean, I get it if it's your homie or whatever, but that's crazy, bro. But anyway, free Lil Durk. Just like, just to be hypocritical about it and just put a bow on it. I don't feel like nobody deserves time in prison. There's nothing that I hate more than rats. Growing up, that's always the code. You don't snitch. You don't do nothing like that. So I understand it. I get why people are saying free Durk. A lot of what I say is hypocritical. I get it. I don't want anybody. Everyone's hypocritical, right? To a point. And I don't want anybody looking at the God's Hour or my music and being like, well, this fool's like, whatever. It's like, everyone is hypocritical. Everyone does shit that they say they do and they don't do it, and vice versa. Like, that's fine. I really could care less about how people think, but it's just more so like, I want people to understand this is my show. This isn't really like how, like, this is halfway is how I really feel, but then also like, it's entertainment. Like, with the music or with the God's Hour, it's all fucking entertainment. And for people to like latch on to shit and just go out the windows with it, it's like, why are you doing that, bro? Make it, if it's entertainment, it's entertainment. If it's serious, it's serious. Don't try to mix it, because anytime you try to mix real shit with entertainment, a lot of bad shit starts happening, bro. And then you're going to end up doing time for some shit that you felt peer pressured into doing because all these idiots who fucking have a phone said you need to do shit because you're not living the way you say you are in your fucking artistic expression. Makes no fucking sense. I smoked that shit right there. What else we got? IBS is really anxiety. Check this out, right? So I'm having stomach issues and shit. I can't eat any high saturated fats. That's dairy, eggs, donuts, anything fried, red meat. I can't eat any of that shit. That's why I dropped so much weight so fast, because I'm fasting and I'm staying away from all that shit. And I call my doctor and I'm like, yo, what's up with this IBS? Google will have you thinking you're gonna fucking die just because you can't eat a fucking chicken sandwich. And you'll look up Google and it's like, yeah, you got stage 4 fucking cancer of the fucking stomach because you ate Snickers ice cream bar or whatever the fuck. But my doctor was like, yeah, IBS is anxiety. That's all it is. Like, it's not no real shit. I'm like, what the fuck you mean it's not no real shit? He's like, it's not. It's because people have anxiety and it fucks with their stomach. And I said, oh, that's crazy, because it's what you think is directly like your mind controls the body. Your body don't follow the mind. So it's like what you're thinking, your perception is your reality. So if you're freaking the fuck out, it comes out through your fucking body or in your bowel movements. In this case, did y'all know that? That's fucking wicked as fuck. I didn't know IBS is really anxiety. Who would have thunk? I just have anxiety and I don't shit my Pampers. I think I'd rather just go that route. Bronseen Reed was wrestling Seth Rollins at Crown Jewel, and he had an MF Doom attire. I want to say Crown Jewel was on the 1st or the 2nd of November, and MF Doom passed away in October 31st of 2020 or 2019. I forgot how the years were, but rest in peace to MF Doom. Shout out to Bronseen Reed. I think he's a phenomenal wrestler. I think he's barely getting into popularity. He's years behind his prime. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's still yet to be fucking in the prime of his career, and he's super dope. I think, like, for the Giants, we don't have many of them that I feel like have personality, and he's a really great heel at what he does and just the moves, and I think I like him. He reminds me of like a Big Show meets like Mark Henry, something like that, somewhere in that realm. But he's like a giant, but he's not tall. So it's like it gives you like a fresh perspective. He's not one of these big, bulky, brolic looking fools. He's not a fat, shorter. He reminds me a lot of Mark Henry. Like Mark Henry was like a one of one, especially when he made his return in the early 2000s and he got like fucking swole. Pause. Fire, shout out to Bronseen Reed. What else we got? Let's do it. Motherfuckers who drive with both hands off the wheel, dancing to music while they're driving on the freeway. This motherfucker I'm looking at driving on the freeway, he is literally having a karaoke shit in his car. He's fucking doing this. No hands on the wheel. Wheels fucking, out of whack. This for. I'm like, yo, I want to roll the window down and be like, hey, Dick, hands on the wheel, guy. Come on, bro. What the fuck is you doing over here with all this shit? Because you saw her raising the roof and the motherfucker, you about to crash, bro. You're going to get cut off and you're going to fucking, and you're going to hit somebody and your stupid ass is going to be right there with them fake ass Versace glasses that you swore that them Oakley people try to convince you was fly. They're really not fly, guy. But you over here fucking, I get it. You can enjoy. And when I'm driving and shit, I'll be like, when I'm listening to Capadonna or whatever the fuck, don't get me wrong, you could jam. But don't be jamming so much that you lose focus on the mission. That's my only problem with people. Don't lose focus on your mission, because as soon as you do that, bad shit starts to happen, Oh, man, I could go all day with motherfuckers who can't drive. But, California just leaves you with, like, very little room to not shit on other people for the bullshit that they do. Crazy, man. Crazy. Let's see. I feel like we need to do the next God's Hour, talk about this, but yo, this fucking, it's Dia de los Muertos. We're having a work meeting, and this Leva we're talking about Mexican food, right? And I'm all gung-ho. I'm like, talking about tamales, whatever, pozole. And this fool's like, yeah, some fajitas, all that beaner food. And I'm like, what? And I look around, some people fucking laughed. I'm like, what? The supervisor didn't say dick. I know why, because he's fucking Filipino, so he don't understand this shit, right? So he gets a semi pass for that. But I'm like, yo, you're saying very derogatory things about my people on Dia de los Muertos. I hope you get fucked in the ass by Casper the Friendly Trece Ghost or some shit like that. I really was like, I don't like this guy to begin with. And now if I didn't like him before, I really don't like this Levi now. And I'm just like, I hate fools that think just because they work 10 years at somewhere, that gives them the right to say whatever the fuck they want. Listen, guy, I know that your hairline is receding, you're going bald, you got a little pito, you know what I mean? Your fucking husband divorced you and took the dog in the house or whatever the fuck, and you're stuck in the fucking rockabilly 50s with your stupid ass style. I get it, bro. That didn't give you the right to shit on my peoples. Right? This goes back to when we're watching the Super Bowl with my cousin, and I think they're Salvadorian, but they're the same. It's the same shit. Like all like Latin Americans, quote unquote, like just for lack of better terms, to not to, you know, box my brothers and sisters in, but you know, he's going for the opposite team. Our team wins. Everybody, woo woo. He puts up his phone. He's like, these beaners. I was like, what? My cousin heard that. He was like, what the fuck did this fool just say? And I looked at him and I was like, yo, chill. I was like, just don't say anything, bro. Because literally, we don't play about that type of shit. You're not going to fucking think that you can make fun of our culture and it be okay. It's not okay to say these things. I don't give a fuck who you are. The only reason why we didn't check him that night was because we were around other family. It would have went up. It would have been bad. And that's all. We're not going to do that. This guy at work that said that shit, we were anywhere else, I would have said, yo, dog, we could go outside right now, and whatever you feel like you need to get off your chest, I'm with whatever, bro. And it's fools like that, you confront them and they bitch out real quick. It's only that when these levas are around, when they know they could get away with shit, they'll say that shit, especially at work, and it pisses me off. That's why I just stay to myself most of the time. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about politics. I don't give a fuck about this election that's going on that I might cover in the next episode or whatever the fuck. I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't. Message of the day, bro, is really just, I care too much about shit that didn't matter. You know, wasted my fucking time, wasted my good energy on people, places, and things that didn't serve me. You know, I put 110% in the shit that only gave me back 20. How the fuck that work? You know, it's a 90% gap in that, bro. Why the fuck am I, like Mock said, the fuck you looking out for other niggas when they don't care? Oh yeah, family, what you make it, dog. It's never what you give, and fuck a visit in a prison, a piece of shit with a ribbon. Nobody give a fuck about you when you breathe. Nobody love you when you alive. They doubt you when you free. Like, I'm really on that shit to where it's just like, nah, man, literally, no, I don't want to do it. No, I'm good. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Fuck how you feel, bro. If me protecting my peace and my energy hurts you, fuck you. I don't give a fuck. I don't. This is the God's Hour.
Mash Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to fill the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now.
While the angels fly over my headstone.